Hello everyone, welcome to Augment Tech. In this session, we will be learning about Python regular expressions. By the end of this session, you should be able to understand regular expressions, regex module, sequence characters, regex functions, search method, find all method, split method, sub method, match method, and meta characters or quantifiers. I'm excited to get started and I hope the same from you. Let's get started with regular expressions. Regular expressions are also known as regex. These are a bunch of characters or patterns that we create to search for a string within given string or validate string if it follows given pattern. Example would be email or password validation. Regular expression syntax defines some special characters known as sequence characters that we can use to match a single character in given string. Now let's see what is regex module. A regex or regular expression is a sequence of characters that forms a search pattern. Regex can be used to check if a string contains a specified search pattern. Python has built-in package or module or library called RE, which can be used to work with regular expressions. In order to work with regular expressions, we need to import the RE module. So we can import the RE module by writing this import statement, import keyword followed by RE, that is the regular expression module. Now let's see what is regex in Python. So when you have imported the RE module, you can start using regular expressions. There we go. First we have to import the RE module. Then in the text, we can actually search for the substring that could match the substring in the given text or the given main string. If it finds the pattern or the substring, it will print yes, we have a match in this example. Otherwise, it will print no match. Now let's see what are sequence characters. Sequence characters are the slash followed by the characters which have a special meaning. We have slash capital A that returns a match of the specified characters are at the beginning of the string. Then we have a slash small b that returns a match with the specified characters are at the beginning or end at the end of the word. Then we have a slash capital B that returns a match with the specified characters are present but not at the beginning or at the end of a word. Then we have slash D which returns a match where the string contains digits or numbers, that is from 0 to 9. And then slash capital D that returns a match where the string does not contain digits. It's going to match non-digits. Then we have slash small s that returns a match where the string contains a white space character. Then slash capital S where it returns a match where the string does not contain a white space character. So it's going to match non-white space character. Then we have slash W that returns a match where the string contains any word characters, that is from A to Z, digits from 0 to 9 and underscore. Then we have slash capital W that returns a match where the string does not contain any word characters, and slash capital Z that returns a match if the specified characters are at the end of the string. Now let's see what are regex functions. So the RE module offers a set of functions that allows us to search a string for a match. Now let's have a look at the function and the description. We have find all function that returns a list containing all matches. That is, the output will be in the form of a list and it will match all the occurrences. Then we have a search function or search method that returns a match object if there is a match anywhere in the string. Then we have a split method or split function that returns a list where the string has been split at each match, and this split could be a space, could be a digit, or could be any character. And then we have sub function or sub method which replaces one or many matches with a string. Now let's see what is a search function. So search function searches the string for a match and returns a match object if there is a match. If there is if there is more than one match, only the first occurrence of match will be returned. So search is used to search the string from the start to the end. There we go. So here in this text, the string no gain without pin, let's say it's going to match or it's trying to match AIN. So here each of the slash W is going to match each of the alphanumeric character. You can also check for the words white space character and we can match for the worst white space character in the string using the search method. So it will return the first white space character which is located at which position by using the start method. Now let's say what is find all function. So the find all function returns a list containing all matches. The list contains the matches in the order they are found. If no matches are found, an empty list is written. Now let's see what is split function. So split function returns a list where the string has been split at each match. So here if you see, the split is at the point where the digits occur. And we can also control the number of occurrences by specifying the max split parameter to the split function. Now let's see what is subfunction. So subfunction replaces the matches with the text of your choice. So here we can replace an old text with a new text or a space with any character, digit, or any substring we want. So in this case, in this example, it will be replacing each of the space with the digit 9. Also, we can control the number of replacements by specifying the count parameter to the subfunction. Now let's see what is match object. So a match object is an object containing information about the search and the result. So match object has properties and methods used to retrieve information about the search and result. Span method returns the tuple containing the start and end positions of the match. Then we have string method that returns the string passed into the function, and then we have group method that returns part of the string where there was a match. Now let's see what are meta characters or quantifiers. So here we have a table that shows the meta characters, the description, and the example. So first we have square brackets. The description is, it will describe the set of characters. Then we have slash. It signals a special sequence. It can also be used to denote the escape special characters. Dot. So it will match any character except new line character. Then we have caret that matches the starts or at the beginning. Then we have dollar that matches at the end. Then we have star for 0 or more occurrences, plus for one or more occurrences, question mark for 0 or 1 occurrences. Then we have flower brackets or curly braces that exactly specify the number of occurrences. Then we have pipe symbol for either or. And lastly, we have parentheses for capture and group. Now let's hop to PyCharm and check out the example of regular expressions in Python. I'll see you there. Now here I'm on my PyCharm, so I'm going to right click on the project name and create a new directory. Let's name this as regular expressions. Inside these regular expressions, I'm going to create a new file. Let's name this as regular expressions. You need not name your file as RE because RE is name of the module. If you do so later, at later stages, you might get a circular import error. So never write your name of the file as that of the module name. Now let's see what is regular expressions. So regular expressions, also known as RegEx, are bunch of characters or patterns that we create to search for a string within given string, or validate given string if it follows given pattern. Let's say email or password validation. Now regular expression syntax. Regular expression syntax defines some special characters called sequence characters that we can use to match a single string, match a single character in the given string. Now let's just list some of the sequence characters. Let's say we have this most common special sequence character. We have the /d that matches any digit that is from 0 to 9, or let's say from 0 to 9, and only single character. And we have /D that matches any non-digit character. Then we have /s that matches any white spaces. And then we have /S that matches any non-white spaces. Then we have /W that matches any alphanumeric values, that is from A to Z, and then /W that matches non-alphanumeric values. And then we have /B that will match a space around the words. Then we have /A that matches only start or beginning of the string, start or beginning of the string. And then we have /Z that matches the end of the string. Alright, so let's try matching using this sequence characters. Now we will match using the regular expression methods such as search method. So let's take str as a string variable. Let's try this thing is something like take up one idea at a time. So before starting to work with regular expression module, we have to first import RE. So what I'll do is I'll first write the syntax of how to use it. So here I say re.search. So if you see, this actually gives me an error on RE because I have to import it, right? So I'll simply go and say import RE. So you see regular expression module is imported and there is no error below this RE. So let's say in this string take up one idea at a time, I want to match something like this ONE1. So how do I do? I first need to write R, okay, then followed by quotation. Inside quotation, I'll write the first character of the substring that I want to match, /W. So each of the /W will match single characters that is used to match all alphanumeric values from A to Z, right? So now you have to pass your string variable. And then I can go and say print result. All right, let's run and check this. So I'm simply going to select and run the file. There we go. This actually gives me a match object and the span is from 8 to 11. It is not actually giving me the output right? It is only matching. So whenever you are searching, you have to group the result by writing variable dot group. So now when I run, you see this gives me the output as 1. I can also go and match something starts with I. So if I now run, you see it only matches IDE and not idea completely, because for that I have to say /w, and now when I run, you see it gives me output as idea. Now let's check with another example by taking txt. Let's say txt is something no gain without pain, and I want to match AIN. So here I say result equal to RE dot search and R. Let's say I'm gonna match AIN. So here I say A/W/W, comma txt, and then I have to group the result. So I say result dot group. And now if I go and run, there we go. You see it says AIN. Though we have 2 occurrences of AIN here and there was 2 idea and 2 1, but search will only give us the first occurrence, or only 1 occurrence out of multiple occurrences. Alright, so this is how search works. Now let's see how find all method works. So find all will search for the pattern or substring from the start to the end, and it will list all the occurrences if a match is found. If not, it will return an empty list. So I'll again take str equals the same, take up one idea at a time, and now here I say result equals re dot find all, and then R. Let's say I want to match this O/W/W, comma str, and then print result. So when you're using find all, you don't have to actually group the result because you get the output in the form of a list, right? So now when I go and run, you see this gives me output as ONE1 in list. Okay, what if it is not giving me 2 occurrences ONE1, though we have this ONE1 choice, but because of case sensitivity, here we have O1 starting with caps O. So if I change this to small o, and now when I go and run, there we go. You see, it's giving me 1 twice because we have ONE1 occurring twice. What if I go and say I here? So it should actually return me 3 substrings. One is IDE from here, other is IDE from here, and the other one is IME from here, right? There we go. You see IDE, and IME. So it is returning each and every substring that starts with I. Now let's have a look at one more string. Let's say if I say no gain without pain, if I take an example of this, no gain without pain, and here if I say result equals re dot find all, and then R. If I say something like I/W and txt, and then let's say print result. So we know that we have in here, so definitely it is going to give me 2 occurrences of in, and also it should give me it because of this without having this int here, right? So now when I go and run, you see it says in, it, and in the order of the occurrence. Here I have in, the next is it, and then I have this in. So this is what find all does. Now let's see what match method does. So match will only match the first occurrence of the string. For example, if I say str equals something like how are you, and here if I say something like result equal to re dot match, and let's say if I try to match something like A/W/W, comma str, and then I group the result. So result dot group, and now if I go and run this, let's see what happens. So see, this actually gives me an error saying attribute error, none type object has no attribute group. Okay, so because there is no proper match, it is telling that none type object has no attribute group. So when there is no match, if I do not group, it would give me none as the output. Okay, only if there is a match, then I try to group, it will give me the actual output. So here what I'll do is I'll change this to capital H, and this is dot group. Now what will happen is it will match the first character and return the substring HOW. If you try matching anything other than H here, it will give me again the same attribute error. So this is what match does. It will match only the first character of your substring. First character of your substring or the first character of your main string. Now let's see the match object methods. That is the span method, and then string, and then we had group. So we have already seen how group works. So this is dot span, dot string, and dot group. So let's say here I take the string as the rain in Spain. Let's say x equals re dot search. The method I'm using is search here. And let's say it's trying to match Spain. So here I say slash s slash w slash w slash w and slash w. That is for each of the character we are making use of single slash w, because we have only learned about the single sequence characters. So then we'll pass the variable txt, and then here I say print x dot span. Now let's just run and check. There we go. It says it's 12 to 16. So it's returning the index numbers of this word Spain. So it starts at 12 and ends by 16. Similarly, let's check for x dot string and then print x dot group. So now when I run, you see for x dot string, it returns the entire string, the rain in Spain. But for x dot group, it only gives me SPAI and not N. So I have to put a slash W here. So here also it changes from 12 to 17. And then there we go. This is the output. So x dot span is printing the Spain or the span of Spain. That is the index position. It is from 12 to 17, and then x dot string will return the entire string, and then group is returning the exact match of the substring. Now let's see what is substitute or sub. Sub here stands for substitute. So here substitute will actually substitute the old substring with new substring. So here I say something like take up one idea at a time. So this is my string. So here I say result equals re dot sub, and to this sub I'm going to pass, let's say I want to change this 1 to 2 in my string, and then I have to print the result. So let's see what happens if I run. You see the output it gives us take up one idea at a time. So here I have to say take up one idea. I missed the one there. You see now it says take up one idea at a time. The reason why it is not substituting this one is because I'm only substituting small one with two. If I change the caps O to small o here, and now when I run it should say take up two idea at a time. So here we are substituting or replacing the small one with small tw2 that starts with small o. All right. Here we are trying to replace or substitute the substring with a new substring. So here we take old substring and a new substring. Now let's see one more example. So for example, here I say text equals something like how are you. So in this re.sub, I want to substitute each of the space with a star, and let's print the result. Now let's see if it gives me output as how star r star u star. There we go. You see the output is how star r star u star. So each of the space is actually substituted with this star. We can use any character in place of star or any digit in place of the star. Now what happens if I go and give comma 2 here? So now when I run, you see what's actually happening. It is only replacing my white space with only first two. It's replacing my white space with star for only for two occurrences. It's not doing for the third one, right? So here we are controlling by passing a count parameter. All right, so that's why it gives only star, or it uh, replaces only first two spaces with the star. Now let's see what split method does. Split method is going to split at the point of uh, wherever the match has occurred, it is going to split at that point. For example, here I say str equals, let's say take up one idea at a time. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to insert some numbers here. Let's say after take up, I would say 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. So I've inserted some digits, and what I want is here, I want to split at the point of where my strings, where my digits are inserted. So here digits will act as interpreters. You can even choose space, which is by default available, right? So here I say re dot, we'll be using search. So here I say re dot search. So we'll be using split here, re dot split, not search, and then r of here, let's say d or slash t, comma str, and then I'm gonna print the result. Okay, let's run and check. So there we go. You see the output is in the form of list, and wherever we have digits, it's splitting the entire substring into new substrings, or the entire given string into new substrings at the point of delimiters, which in this case are digits. So here see take up becomes one substring, one idea becomes one idea becomes another, and at a time becomes one. So wherever we have digits, it is printing comma. For 1, here we have 1 comma. For 2, 3, here we have 2 commas. For 5, we have 2 commas. What if I go and insert more values here? Let's say 4, 5, 6, 7. And let's see if this gives me 4 commas here. For each of the digits, if you say it is taking 1, 1 comma, I do not want this. I want all of the digits to be grouped together and matched. So for that, I can make use of this quantifier plus. So now when I run, no matter how many number of digits I use, plus d plus or slash d plus will be matching them together, because plus here is a quantifier. So this is what split does. So I can use anything. For example, here I say text is, how was your day? So now I'll say result equals re dot, let me do find all, sorry, let me do split, and then here if I say slash s comma str, sorry, txt, and then if I say print result and let's run. There we go. You see, now it is splitting at the point where we have spaces, because slash s will match the spaces, slash capital small s will match the spaces, right? So here, how was your day is splitted into multiple strings, and the output is returned in the form of a list. So this is what split does. Now let me list down some important quantifiers here. So let's see what are quantifiers. So quantifiers are used to match multiple characters. So far we have seen single characters, sequence characters that are used to match single characters, right? But quantifiers are used to match multiple characters. So here we have this slash d plus that matches one or more digits of preceding regular expression. Then we have plus that matches one or more repetitions of preceding regular expression. And then we have star that matches 0 or more repetitions of preceding regular expression. Then we have question mark that matches 0 or 1 repetitions of preceding regular expression. And then we have m inside flower bracket that matches exactly m occurrences of preceding regular expression, and then we have slash m comma n that matches exactly m comma n occurrences of preceding regular expression. Let's go and see an example of how quantifiers can be used. We have already seen this example of slash d plus. So here if you see d plus, here is a quantifier that we have used. Similarly, now we will go and see another example. For example, here I say something like str equals, the string is take up one idea on, let's say the date here is 25/07/2023. So now here I say result equals, I want to match this date. So how do we do? Here I say re dot, you can either make use of search or a find all. So let me make use of find all. So it will return the output in the form of list, and you do not have to group the result. If you use search, you have to group the result and it will not give you the output in the form of a string, in the form of a list. That is the difference. So now here what I do is, let's say r, and then because we are trying to match the digits, so here I say slash d, and then let's say 2 hyphen slash d, again 2, and then again hyphen slash d, and then 4. So here we are trying to match 4 here because I'm trying to match 2023, 2 here because I'm trying to match 07, and 2 here because I'm trying to match 25. So here I'm using this exactly m occurrences of preceding regular expression, that is m inside the flower bracket. And then I have to actually pass my string variable, and then here I say print result dot. I do not have to group this because I'm using the find all method, right? So let's run and check if this works. There we go. You see it's matching the exact date. What if I have some more digit here, let's say 5, and if I try to match, you see it still gives me 2023, right? But if I take out 2 digits and keep 202, and I'm trying to match for 4. Let's run and check. There we go. This gives me empty list. All right. Now, if I try to use the same using search, let's say what happens. So if I say re dot search and let's say r slash t 2 hyphen slash t. If I say 2 again hyphen slash t, and then if I say 4 and then str print result. So here I haven't grouped the result yet. So let's go and check what output it gives. So here you see it gives me the match object span and whatever match string I'm trying to match. So in order to see the actual, I actually have to actual output or actual result. I have to group the result here. So now when I run, you see this gives me the output. The difference here is that with find all, the output is in the form of list. With search, the output is without list. And with find all, you don't have to group the result, but for search, you have to group the result variable. Now what happens if for this 2 digits, if I go and write something like 1 comma 2 and the 1 comma 2, let's check the output. So now when I run, you see it still gives me the same output because I'm trying to match these 2 digits as 1 1. Or if I write 2 comma 2 and again 2 comma 2 here, and let's run and check. There we go. It still gives me the same output. All right. So it's better to use this 2, 2 and then 4. That is exactly an occurrence we are trying to match. Let's also have a look at some special characters, meta characters or quantifiers. Let me list a couple of them. Like we have the slash, that is escape character, and then we have this dot. It matches any character. Except new line, and then we have this caret or cat that matches at the beginning of the string or start of the string. And then we have dollar that matches at the end of the string. Now let's have a look at the example. So for example, if I say s equals, let's say I want to match this, how are you? Okay. So result equals re dot. I want to use the search method r. Okay. So let's say if I have to match, let's say if I have to match the first character h here. So what I'll do is I'll first write h slash w comma s, and then I also want to group the result because I'm using the search method, so I have to group the result variable, right? So now when I go and run, you see it gives me how was the output. Another thing, what I can do is I can just write a caret here, and then now when I run, you see still it gives me how was the output, right? So this is going to match the start of your string. Now, what if I want to match the end of the string, that is this character u? So what I'll do is here I'll say result equals re dot search r. So here dollar is used to match at the end of the string. So here I say dollar, and then I want to match u comma s, and then I will print the result dot group. And now when I run, let's see what output it gives. So you see it gives me an error saying attribute error, none type object has no attribute group. The reason why it is doing so is because when you're trying to match the end, you don't have to write your special character at the start. You have to first specify the character that you want to match, followed by the special character. So I need to write dollar here. So now when I go and run, you see this matches u, right? Similarly, if I have something like str equals, once again, if I use this, how are you? And this time I want to end this with question mark, and then result equals re dot search R, and then let's say str. Now again I'll make use of question mark and then followed by the dollar. And let me group the result here. So print result dot group. And now when I go and run, let's see what output it gives. So you see, it gives me an error saying nothing to repeat at position 0. The reason why it is giving me an error, though I have written question mark first and then dollar, is because question mark is a quantifier. I just need to place a slash before it, right? So now you see it matches the last character, that is question mark. All right. What if I say something like S2 equals thank you is the string and I want to match the exclamation at the end. Now how do I do? Here I say result equals re dot search and then r, let me say exclamation comma s2 and then print result dot group. And now if I run, let's see, and there we go. You can see it matches the exclamation that is at the end. Now let's see a couple of more examples on quantifiers. So let's say here I say write a Python program that matches a string that has an A followed by one or more B's. So here we will write a Python function. So let me first define a function. Let's say def text hyphen match is the name of the function that takes text as an argument, colon, inside which I actually have to define the pattern. Let's say the pattern is based on the question. It says an A followed by one or more B's. So A followed by one or more B's is A B plus, because plus is the quantifier that matches one or more repetitions of preceding expression. And then here if we'll check if this R E dot search, if we are able to find the pattern in the text, this pattern that we have here, if we are trying to find in the text that we are going to pass while calling the function, it has to return something like true and else it has to return false. You can return anything you want, like matched, not matched, found, not found. Okay, now once we have done, we will call this function because inside it is returning and not printing true or false. We have to print while calling the function text match. And here I say something like A, B, B, C. This is my string. And then print text match. Let's say BCC. And then print text match AC. Let's run and check the output. There we go. So for A, B, B, C, it is true because we have an A followed by two B's. And then for B, C, C, it is false because there should be an A. And for A, C, it is again false because there should be at least one and at least one A and at least one B. All right. So if I change this question slightly, so here let me say this time we will write a Python function or program that matches a string that has an A followed by 0 or more B's. Alright, so let's quickly write the program code here. Let's say this time the function name is def match. Again, this text as the argument, and then we have to define the pattern. So the pattern here should be an A followed by 0 or more B. So it should be B star because star is the quantifier for 0 or more repetitions or occurrences of preceding regular expression. And then if re dot search, if we have this pattern in our text, then it has to return something like found, else return not found. So now if I go and say print match, again if I say BBC, then print match BCC should give me again false because there is no A, and then match AC. So here in this AC should be true because it says 0 or more B's, right? So you see, last one says found, second one is not found because we do not have A, and this first one is again found because we have A as well as B. Alright, so this was about regular expressions in Python. Let's hop to the quiz now. Now let's get started with the quiz. Let's have a look at the question number 1. So question number 1 here is, Python has built-in dash package which can be used to work with regular expressions. Let's have a look at the options. Options are A, regular expression, B, RE, C, RegEx, D, all the above. Pause the video and try answering this question. Now let's have a look at the answer to this. The answer is B, RE. So RE is the regular expression module which is supposed to be imported before working with regular expression functions and methods. Now let's move to the next question. Question number 2. The dash function returns a list containing all matches. Let's have a look at the options. Options are A, search method or function, B, find all method or find all function, C, sub method or function, and D, split method or function. Pause the video and try answering this question. Now let's have a look at the answer to this. The answer here is B, find all. So find all method is going to search the pattern or substring in the given main string from the start to the end, and if it finds the matches, it will return all the occurrences in the form of a list. Or if it doesn't find a match, it will return empty list as the output. Let's move to the next question. Question number 3. The dash function returns a list where the string has been split at each match. Let's have a look at the options. Options are A, split method, B, search method, C, sub method, D, all the above. Pause the video and try answering this question. Now let's have a look at the answer to this. The answer is A, split. Split method or function returns a list where the string has split at each match. Your split could be anything. It could be space, it could be any delimiter, any digit, any character, anything. Now let's move to the next question. Question number 4. Dash is a meta character or quantifier. Let's have a look at the options. Options are plus, option A is plus, option B is star, option C is question mark, and option D is all the above. Now let's have a look at the answer to this. The answer here is D, all the above. Now let's move to the next question. Question number 5. Dash quantifier matches one or more occurrences of characters. Let's have a look at the options. Options are A plus, B star, C question mark, D, all the above. Pause the video and try answering this question. Let's have a look at the answer to this. The answer is option A plus. So plus quantifier matches one or more occurrences of characters. Let's move to the next question. Question number 6. Dash quantifier matches 0 or 1 occurrences of characters. Let's have a look at the options. Options are A plus, B star, C, question mark, and D, flower brackets. Now let's have a look at the answer. The answer is option C, question mark. Let's move to the next question. Question number 7. Dash quantifier matches 0 or more occurrences of characters. Let's have a look at the options. Options are option A plus, option B star, option C question mark, option D dot operator. Pause the video and try answering this question. Now let's have a look at the answer to this. The answer is option B star. Now let's move to the next question. Question number 8. Dash character matches at the end of the string. Let's have a look at the options. Options are A plus, B star, C question mark, D dollar. Pause the video and try answering this question. Now let's have a look at the answer to this. The answer is option D dollar. Dollar is used to match at the end of the string. Now this was all about regular expressions in Python. That's all for this session. Hope you enjoyed this session. We'll see you in the next.